executed play for NC State without the bucket and TCU. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Waiting for people to join in for the Wnba draft lottery for 2025. Right now, there's a game finishing up. TCU 76, North Carolina State 73, TCU 4-0, North Carolina State 2-2. And North Carolina State had an opportunity at the end. Hello, Cynthia. North Carolina State had an opportunity at the end to tie the game with the 3, but it was a brick, and so TCU wins. Cynthia in the house. Gilly in the house. Michelle, welcome. Is it Jamie? What's up, Adrienne or Jamie? Jamie, Kara, hello. Angela, well, hello. Scorpion, what's up, my babes? Hannah, Denise, Sue, Angie, Shane. Is it XXUY? I spell it so that I don't say it wrong. Greetings, Hannah, Danny, Judy, Burt, Pamela, Diane, Hawkins, Cat 5. Well, it's about time. We're about to start in a few minutes. This draft, this WNBA draft lottery for 2025. Good day, Diane. Yes. Sueda, April. What's good, April? G. I made this user a while ago. I regret it. I don't know. Can you change it? I don't know. Is it Evie? Mike? Yes. Blessings. Michelle from Australia. Welcome. Cheryl. I love that basketball icon. Davis. Joseph. Is it Doctadro? Tanya. Miguel. Dibidon. Mark. So a game just finished up. I didn't watch it. I just turned the television on, and it's TCU just defeated North Carolina State by 3. North Carolina State had the ball with seconds, like 2.3 something seconds on the clock. Had a good look at a 3, but she just missed it all the way. So I just turned that on. Didn't even know that was on. Good afternoon, James. People assume Buecker goes to Sparks, but will they let her go there considering Brink is injured? Isn't Brink going to be back? Brink's going to be back, right? I finally caught a live that's not posted in the middle of the night. I don't usually do the lives, Jan, in the middle of the night, just the videos. Sometimes they come really late. By the time I'm done with work and other stuff, and it takes some time to do editing and all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of them are really late. But this one's live. That girl tripped over her own feet. Angela, I pray for Bueckers. All right, who will be the first man on the women's team? Oh, my goodness, I didn't expect that question. Go Hawkeyes. Let's hope. Yeah, wait. Is the Hawkeyes playing today, or did they play today? Or was it USC? I wanted to see one of those games today, but it didn't. I think it was on ESPN Plus. It's hard to see some of these college games, but I am going to get the Big Ten package so I can watch. But sometimes they're like Sundays and Wednesdays. I have church, so I miss those. But oh goodness, y'all just came out with this stuff already. Iowa and Drake have had a fun game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did Iowa win? They're playing now. Okay. Yeah. It's on ESPN Plus, right? Because I was going to call that game. I was going to go live, but then I realized that I wouldn't be able to because it didn't fit in whatever. I don't have something that I need. The Hawkeyes are on. They're televised, but I think it's ESPN Plus. You can always go to YouTube and see it on YouTube. Lucy, that's the next day though, right? I can't see it live, I don't think, on YouTube. First quarter, Iowa 76, Drake 60. Okay, yeah, I can't wait to see them play. I'm looking for, it's ESPN Plus. I've got ESPN. I've got ESPN2. I don't have ESPN Plus. And those Iowa games, as well as watching Juju and the USC games, they're spread like everywhere. So I'm going to add the Big Ten to my channel. I'm going to buy the Big Ten Plus, but I can't be buying everything. So I can't get the ESPN Plus also. And they're on Peacock, and they're on some Flow Hoops or something I never heard of. Live games on YouTube. For real, April? It's audio on YouTube? Wow. I mean, like the day of, like live for real? Or is it YouTube TV? Because I don't have YouTube TV. Yes. I think Paige is going to Sparks or Mystics. Well, let's take a look. Of all the years, listen here, check this out. Of all the years that I have played basketball or watched basketball, NBA and WNBA, I have never watched a draft lottery. I mean, I've seen snippets of it, but I've never watched. So the day of, not YouTube. Really? Man, I got to check into that. Why you ain't say nothing sooner, April? You know, April, you keep me in line. You tell me when I'm making the wrong calls about traveling. You didn't tell me about this. Come on, April. I need you. It's YouTube, but it's darkened out. Oh, okay. Oh, some guy streams it. All right. Angel's going to be pulling the balls out. Oh, I heard she was going to be there. Okay. So I've never watched this before. So just in the rules, I'm just going to share some of this from the WNBA page about how this works. So the way it works is that you've got 4 teams who didn't make the playoffs. So they're participating in this. So you got the Los Angeles Sparks, the Dallas Wings, the Chicago Sky, and Washington Mystics. They're taking part in this 24th annual draft lottery. Okay. The real draft is going to be on April 14th. So also the league announced today, if you haven't heard, that the expansion team, Golden State Valkyries, which will begin obviously in 2025, they have the 5th selection in each of the 3 rounds. All right. They have the 5th selection. So, and the Golden State expansion draft will be on Friday, September 6th, which is good because after that, we're going to start to hear about these teams and who they can trade for and all this other. Yeah, this is my first one too. First one after all this time. It's usually anticlimactic, right? Yeah, I imagine. And maybe pretty predictable. I don't know. But okay, so the lottery odds are based on the 2-year, 23-24 cumulative records of the 4 teams that did not make the playoffs in the most recent season. So with the cumulative record of 25 and 55, the Sparks will have the most assigned combinations, 442 out of 1,000, and are guaranteed at least the 3rd pick. But their odds are pretty good to get the 1st pick. Dallas and Chicago are tied. They both had a combined record of 31 and 49. So both of them will have 227 chances out of 1,000. Okay. But as a result of a February 2023 trade, I believe that was involving Marina Mabrey, Dallas has the right to swap the 1st round picks with Chicago, which it will exercise if Chicago's 1st round pick is above Dallas's 1st round pick. So even if Chicago got the 1st pick, Dallas is probably going to take the 1st pick. Okay. So there's that. Let me continue. Now, Washington was 33 and 47 over the past 2 seasons. So it has 108 chances out of 1,000 to win the top pick. So how it works? In the drawing, 14 balls numbered 1 through 14 will be placed in a lottery machine and mixed. 4 balls will be drawn to determine a 4-digit combination. You can see it starting right here. You can see we are here. So the team assigned that 4-ball combination will receive the number 1 pick. The 4 balls get placed back in the machine, and the process is repeated to determine the 2nd pick. And it goes on and on. We'll see how it works because I've never done this before. But according to odds, it seems like the Sparks have a good chance of being number 1. I got to ask the question, and you guys are going to say, why are you asking this question? That's a stupid question. I'm going to ask it anyway. Who do you think when we see who gets that first pick, who do you think will be the player who goes number 1 in the this draft, in the draft in April? Who do you think is going to be the number 1 pick? All right, already I see Paige, Buecker's 100% no debate. Paige. So they're looking at Paige, Buecker's, Kiki Ariafin. I don't know these players. Some of these players, Anissa Morrow and Sanaya Rivers are names to know. So Kiki, Anissa, Sanaya. Okay. So LSU is where Anissa's from. From North Carolina State is Sanaya. LSU is Anissa, and USC, Kiki. That's, of course, Juju's teammate, and, of course, Paige Buecker's. So everyone says Paige. Lottery is stupid. Why doesn't the last place team get first pick, period? I'm kind of with you, Shannon. I'm kind of with you. Actually, to be honest with you, if I were doing this, everybody, I don't care. I think it's wrong. I don't like that. Say you take a Caitlin Clark, who broke all these records, who's the number 1 player, and she's got to be in the worst team. I don't like that. I think everybody, I know it'll never happen. It probably never happened. But I think, when does the rapper from LSU, you talking about Flage? Flage, am I pronouncing that right? Flage is a senior, right? Paige, if healthy. Yeah, she's got to stay healthy. But I think everybody's name should go in there. I don't care if you the number 1 team or the last team or whatever. It's the luck of the draw. I don't know why I got to be the best player with the best, all these records, and then I got to go to the bottom fish, to the, what do they call them? Bottom feeders. It's like, you play so well. You did so well. Here's your reward. You get to go to the horrible team. It makes me not want to do so well in college. All right. So Flage is as a junior. Okay. That's how football does it. I don't know, but I think it should be done that way. I know they're trying to make sure the talent is evenly distributed and give them a chance. So here we are. UConn, LSU, Cynthia Goldberg, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie. They're showing picks. Asia Wilson. You want Paige to go to Liberty? No way. I just read somebody said Paige is going to be a flop. When we're done with this, I want to show some highlights of Paige. Man, CC's people love Paige because I did a little anti-UConn Paige thing last night, and people wanted to knock my head off because I said she traveled. I mean, come on. The women can't come out early. MC, the women, unlike the men, they have to complete their college years or be 22. They cannot come out unless they're 22. The men, they got the one and done thing going on. And she did it. She did try. So see, we got April said she didn't. We got Pamela said she did. Not a generational talent. Okay. All right. So here they are, they're all dressed to the nines. They got Rickea Jackson representing Sparks. So Aaliyah Edwards, I missed the second one. Angel Reese for Chicago. And Donovan. I don't know some of these players, believe it or not. I came back to the WNBA and I still don't know everybody. So they're explaining it now. 2 cumulative records, 4 non-playoff teams. Okay. Let the hate for Paige begin. I don't hate Paige at all, man. I mean, go for it. And she's from what I saw, she's a Christian. What I don't like about Paige is that she's not even in the league and she's already kind of capitulated to the whole privilege thing, like Cameron Brink did. But I think Paige went in even deeper. That kind of thing annoys me, honestly. So, what is your definition of a generational talent? That's an interesting question because there are people who have said that Caitlin Clark's a generational talent, but Paige Bueckers is not a generational talent. How do you guys define generational? I see it as one of one. Like you change the whole outlook, you change the whole spectrum, you change the whole dynamic, you move the needle. You're doing what no one else has done. It's rare that people like that come along. That's how I see it. And man, if we go by that definition, then we might say that there has not been a generational talent before now in the women's basketball game, because everybody always says that nobody else has moved the needle. So I don't know. I don't know who else on the women's game. I don't know who else I would call a generational talent other than Caitlin Clark right now. Yeah, they're talking about CC, Aaliyah, Ryan Howard, Collier, C. Collier, and Nescu. First overall picks, last 5 years. Now, Paige is 23 now. There's nothing about Paige that screamed Christian to me. I just have heard her talk about her faith. There was an interview I saw. That was when I first really had heard about her. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like I remember. I need to pull that back up. But the whole thing about I just can't get to it when they start having you already kind of bow the knee. Bugs me. Where's Trooper? Trooper never shows up, but there's Cole. Trooper, he likes to hang downstairs. I don't think he likes women's basketball. I might have to have a talk with him. So now they're talking to Rakia. Let's see what she says.
Just being a sponge. I was so grateful to have.
She looks nice and classy.
Teammates that I had each and every day. They continued to push me. They stayed on me, but I was a rookie. Cam and
very well spoken.
She went down, but just having that support system that I had.
Okay, Rakia.
Each and every day, it meant a lot. Well, I know you, Cam, and the rest.
It's a shame we didn't get to hear more about Rakia because they were doing the Angel thing. But some people said she's definitely better than Angel.
To Maddie
Siegrist from the Dallas Wings. She looks nice too. I like the jacket. Nice and respectable, classy. Yep, I like Rakia's outfit. I like Maddie's outfit. It's very conservative like.
You got the trench coat ready. So you
trench coat. She just called it a trench coat. Oh my. I want to see. I hope Cameron is ready to rock and roll. That bust down is everything. Oh, she's engaged? Is that what they're showing? Yep, she's engaged. All right. And she's planning. I like this. They're going the personal route, talking to them about their lives. She's soft-spoken.
Just try to remember that. But a lot of training.
Yeah, Rakia is ready for the disco. I like the sparkly. Caitlin has range. It's a trench coat. It is a trench coat. It is. It's kind of cool. Something that I would wear. Let's see. Yeah, she need to be doing those mic and drills. She's out shooting threes. Rakia is definitely been an Angel. Yeah, they. Aaliyah Edwards. She's the one that cost them UConn the game against Iowa. I like her jacket. They look classy. Everybody body ain't hanging all out. You go, ladies. You go. All right. I agree. The Angel stuff. Yeah. People were saying that it was a shame. And Rakia said, Rakia said she was so classy about it. She said, you know what? I'll let them do all that talk about Rookie of the Year and all that. I'm just going to play my game. Oh, no, I like that trench coat and those boots. Oh, yeah.
My country again. But to have such a historic year for me, rookie year and the W, but also representing Canada on the biggest stage. I was just
Canada,
but also my two teammates.
I didn't know she was from Canada
and Belgium as well. So
very well spoken. Oh my goodness, they picked perfect people, perfect people to represent.
Trying to play for a playoff berth. So
Where can I see this live? It's on ESPN.
You know, we were talking about a lot of the players that had to go.
It's on ESPN.
They didn't really get that rest time that benefited everyone else. How did you push through?
I'm loving the conversation, guys.
I took those moments when I need to kick my feet up and rest. And
Adrienne says WNBA sent the memo to them to be classy, not trashy on ESPN. But they picked well.
And our final.
And they saved Angel for last. I like the pink. It's my favorite color. I like the hair, glasses, and all of her body parts are covered. That's pretty good. Go, Angel.
The greatest rebounding season that this league has ever
Okay,
seen.
okay.
League records in multiple categories.
Thank you, Mike. Tell him. Hit it.
How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, Angel. I see you, Angel.
Unfortunately, we have to give it to Dallas, but I'm going for 2 or 3.
There we go. 2 or 3 would work. And Angel, it's no secret you were the topic of multiple conversations all season long. How did you navigate all the noise with the historic season that you had?
Yeah, I have a great support system. Chicago did a great job supporting me, having great coaches and teammates.
Good job, Angel, to start.
I was blessed. Being able to have great rookies, they made it easy also.
Okay, blessed.
This league was super talented. I think we did a good job leading the way, so I'm excited.
You absolutely did a great job.
Good job, Angel.
And all Chicago, new head coach Tyler Marsh has talked about the young talent in Chicago with the
very soft-spoken, everybody.
As we bring it back
Their team should be proud. They did a good job. They did a good job. Angel is all legs, 6'3" of legs, right? Yeah.
Who's at the top of your list when it comes to that number 1 pick?
Angel not attractive.
Is Paige Buecker. When you look at
She looks good though. She's looking good.
when UConn only had 6 available players.
Lexi Brown. So all the guys are now talking about guys don't have to be so mean. I think these women did a great job. They chose people who are well-spoken, represented their team well, represented the league well. If they could represent like that and not have stories like what's going on in Seattle right now, people trying to hurt people during the game, that would be wonderful. So, yeah. Angel's attractive and people teach her how to dress. Caitlin is making it rain. Angel is a pretty young woman, Rhonda says. Looks ain't everything. All right. Flage is a cutie. Which one is Angel? This one or the other? Hope this one. I know, right, Marlene? I see what you're saying. Chicago will get 2nd or 3rd pick. Okay. Now, whatever pick, remember, Chicago, as I understand it, Dallas has the right to Chicago's pick, right? Because of a trade in February of 2023. So they have the same cumulative record over the past 2 seasons. They'll each have 227 chances. But as a result of that 2023 trade, Dallas has the right to swap a 1st-round picks with Chicago. Okay? So even if Chicago came out on top, they're not going to be able to. I mean, assuming that Paige is going to go first, they're not going to get it. So Angel talked about the Mabry trade. Yep, the Mabry trade. So Mabry has gone from Dallas to Chicago. I mean, Dallas, Chicago, and then Connecticut, right? Oh, yeah. Chiefs game, for sure. For sure. Chiefs playing against the Buffalo in my old state. Born and raised in New York. I was in Brockport, New York, right near Buffalo, when the Bills and the Giants faced off in, I think it was 90. I shouldn't even tell it, right? I think it was 91. Is that when the two faced off in the World Series? But yeah, we're all Chiefs right here. We're in Southeast Missouri right here, all Chiefs. And the Chiefs are trying to get, Mahomes is trying to get, he's trying to get an opportunity to have a WNBA expansion team. I did a video about that. I'm praying we get Satu. Lane says, yeah, that would be pretty cool, right? So the Bills versus the 9-0 Chiefs. I feel like if Dallas gets number 1, Satu will stay for Bueckers and not go to Indiana. Ooh, that's an interesting thought. My guess is that the odds are the Sparks will get number 1. Bills 6, Chiefs 7. Thank you for keeping me. Go Steelers, April says. All right. The only WNBA team without an NBA counter is Seattle.
players that could go back to
Oh yeah, the
college.
What happened to the Sonics? What happened to the Sonics? Where'd they go? You can tell I used to be glued to the NBA. Changed. Boo Chiefs. What? Satu wants out. Follow the money. Go to Indiana. All right. Go Lady Hawkeyes. Oh, they moved to OKC. But OKC. Oh, so they are the OKC Thunder. Okay. Women basketball won their game. Okay, now I need to hook up with April to find out if this stuff is really going on live on YouTube, because there's no reason for me to be missing it. You're talking about showing Caitlin Clark with the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert. So, Paige Bueckers. Yeah, what happened to the Charlotte Sting? I have an autographed basketball card from Andrea Stinson, who was the star of the Chicago Sting and played alongside Dawn Staley. Now, let's test my memory. Dawn Staley was number 5. I believe Andrea Stinson was number 32. I could be wrong. I'm testing my memory. But I can remember the numbers of 1986 Mets. My goodness. Let me see. Andrea Stinson. Type that in here. Andrea Stinson, number Charlotte Sting. Am I right? Oh my goodness, I'm right. She blows my mind how it's cemented in your memory. She wore 32 and number 7. I don't know who she wore number 7 for, but I know she was 32. Wow. Go Adrienne. All right. Yep. Dawn Staley was 5. I don't know why. I guess they folded. Like, what happened to my Houston Comets? That's when Sting folded in 2007 around the same time as the Comets. Man, my Comets. But it was different anyway after Cynthia Cooper retired. All right, so if Paige gets same physical welcome WNBA, she won't play the whole season. Listen, they're not going to treat Paige the same way. They are not going to treat her the same way because it's a whole different story with Caitlin Clark and why they treated her the way they did. Paige went to UConn, goes to UConn. Paige, she says what they want to hear. She's got a certain swagger. I've said this to people before, and they're like, what do you mean by that? Caitlin Clark, okay, let's just say it, being the white girl from Iowa, that was a problem for people. Diana Taurasi, well, she's white. Breanna Stewart, she's white. What do they have in common? UConn folks, Sue Bird. UConn folks, a little bit more swagger. Caitlin, Straight Fighter 88. I don't know if you're quoting me because I said that one time and somebody was like, I didn't know there was such a thing as white. But you guys knew what I was trying to say. Caitlin is seen as white. And somebody said something I thought was interesting. She's not apologizing for being white either. And, Paige is LGBTQ. I didn't know that. Never even thought about it. Really? I had no idea. Yes, that was a quote from my video, right? Straight Fighter. And somebody was like, what does white mean? I'm like, don't play silly. You know what I meant. Like Iowa. And that's how people see, And you coming up here, I got to do a video of this. I've been thinking about whether I want to unleash because there's been a whole lot of talk about how the difference is how LPGA treated Caitlin versus the WNBA. And I got a whole thing, but sometimes folks ain't ready for it. You're from Sugar Land? Is that Texas? Not Caucasian. That's where Cheryl Swoops is from. She's from Sugar Land, Texas. Caitlin won't be guarded like Caitlin is being guarded. Paige won't be. Yep. Now, I definitely think they're going to try to want to shut her down. But I don't think it's going to be that targeting in the same way that CC did. And it's going to be because they, as Gino says, they don't like other people coming in the league getting all that hype. He said that was disrespectful to think that Caitlin Clark could hang with these ladies. or could even defeat these ladies. So yeah, Rakia's looking the best. Very well spoken. Yeah, she did look great. Adrienne Kelsey Mitchell dropped 29 in China yesterday. Are we able to catch her games on YouTube? They LPGA her. Yeah, Paige is not a lesbian. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why people say that. I never even thought about it, and I don't think so. Is that whose white baby is that? Who white baby is that? Adrienne, Raleigh in the house. All right, Jane. Somebody, Angie said Gino is the jerk. Gino the jerk. I really would love to have a conversation about Gino because I'm not sure. I'm sure he cares about his players, but did he get Paige to stay because it was best for? Okay, here we go. Hold on, I gotta hold that thought. Mystics.
Washington, Aaliyah, you were a little disappointed when you heard the 11% chance, but a lottery pick still extremely huge for this organization. Still on the hunt for a head coach. Injury riddled last season.
They still don't have a head coach. They probably waited on purpose. So much to build on and a great. So that's the fourth pick.
3 teams left. Bethany, what you got?
Picking third.
Here's the third is coming.
Chicago Sky.
Chicago Sky.
There we go. Okay, Chicago Sky.
So there ain't going to be no switch there because Dallas is going to go higher, of course. Gino should care about his players, but his players do not make basketball world turn. Come on, tell it. Preach it. Final two. I'm telling you, Sparks going to be number one. That's just math. Unless there's a weird thing going down.
The Los Angeles Sparks.
Ooh.
That means the first pick in the 2025 WNBA draft presented by State Farm goes to
obviously
the Dallas.
Wow. Wow. So Enrique is probably jumping up and down right now.
One overall pick. LA Sparks secured the second pick. Rakia, they're great. Second pick coming your way to join you and Cameron Brink, but the number one pick goes to you, Maddie Segrist and the Dallas.
Wow.
Super exciting. I mean, I think we had the best odds with the trades and stuff. So, I think we've seen how impactful lottery picks have been, especially past few seasons. So we're super excited.
Well, Maddie, with you now, your second year in the WNBA, to the rookies coming in, what would be your biggest advice you would give to them?
Okay, hear this advice.
Like what Rakia said, there's a lot of ups and downs in your first season, so really lean on your teammates and your support system.
And what about when it comes to
Maddie
you made a big
Segrist
jump from your first season to your second season when it comes to developing and
so
having
they get the
that
number
confidence
one
coming in
pick.
with your rookie season?
That's
How would you
whoever
describe
said anticlimactic. You were right. They do not have a coach yet, April. They do not. I don't think any of these teams, none of these teams except for Chicago has a coach yet. And I think that's probably on purpose to see. I think that probably was on purpose to get, they can start thinking about who they're going to bring in.
I think, the new front office and the coaches.
It's kind of anticlimactic. They needed to have some sound, some clapping, some something. So they got Satu. So somebody said that Satu may not want to leave if they got that first pick. I guess we're going to find out.
Well, we're getting a new facility, so that'll be done.
Wow. Are we going to lose? Are we already in this rivalry? Are we going to lose Satu to Paige?
Great odds when it came to getting that number one overall pick, and you got it. Congratulations.
Do I think Paige fits the wings? Well, likely. It depends. Is Satu going to stay? Paige, I was listening to someone talk about this earlier. Paige may have to shift to the one. So if Paige can play the one, then that might work. But because Paige is, Enrique is going to play the two, right? Enrique plays the two. That's right. So I'm going to guess that Paige is versatile. I don't know. I don't know enough about her other than hearing her name and seeing her play a little bit. I'm not like one of those people who's so very well versed in her game. Live Wire. Thank you, Rose. I was listening to Live Wire in the car today, driving home. So that's probably where I heard. That is where I heard it. Man, you guys are good. Oh my goodness. So excellent. Thank you for that. What do the numbers mean? If you mean that means where they're gonna pick in the draft, if I'm understanding your question. So based on this lottery, draft lottery, the number one pick for 2025 is gonna be Dallas Wings. So it looks like who knows? Things happen, but Paige is obviously as much expected to be number one as Caitlin Clark was expected to be number one. So Dallas would be number one. The Sparks would be number two. Chicago is number three. And Mystics is number four on April 14th when we get the draft. So I don't know enough about these players to know who might go second, who might go third, who might go fourth. Satu has to stay now. It might change things. You know, Enrique and Paige are both interchangeable. None is a true point guard or shooting guard. They're both ball handlers. Is it Smido? Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. Enrique is not. I mean, I imagine she can play the one because she's a great ball handler, but she wouldn't be a traditional point guard because her mindset is not to distribute. Her mindset is not to make the other players better. Her mindset is to handle the ball a whole lot and shoot a lot. So Enrique is so much fun to watch and extremely talented, although her shooting percentage I understand isn't that great. But Enrique is not a point guard mindset. Caitlin is a scoring point guard, but she's also, to a fault, a ball distributor. Even I say to a fault because there are times when she should be shooting and she's looking to set her teammates up. So she, but Enrique, I don't know. I don't see her as the one, but maybe Paige. If Satu goes Fever would win the championship. That's what we've been saying, but man, whoever said it, I don't remember who it was, but whoever said it, stop crying. Who's Joe talking to? Who's over here crying? That's a nice way of saying the ball hog. No, I'm not. No, I don't. Enrique's she's just cool, but she needs the ball in her hand a lot. That's why we said what a lot of people said, oh, wow, we would love to have Enrique come to Indiana. And that's why so many people were saying, nah, because not if you're going to keep Kelsey Mitchell. Having a Caitlin, a Kelsey, and Enrique is going to be a problem, unless Enrique coming off the bench or Kelsey would be coming off the bench, but that's not happening. So they need a deeper bench. Yes, we need a deeper bench, Florida channel says. So all three, Satu, Enrique, Paige, are scorers who can also create. Means all three are capable of 5 assists per game, 20 points per game. All three can shoot. Okay, offense will be lethal either way. Well, I don't know. Paige is a point guard, but she had to play number 4 last year because of lack of bench depth. Okay. All right. So we're going to get to see that. Fever will court Kelsey. Will Kelsey want to stay? With that article she put out, you got to wonder. Yeah, too many Chiefs. That's exactly, Cynthia. Too many people who need the ball in their hand. Like Enrique needs touches. That's how she cooks, right? So her with Kelsey Mitchell with the Fever, I think would be a bit much. What is the 4 on the team? So the 4 is at Quintus. The 4 is your power forward. So a Timmy plays the 4. A Katie Lou Santos can play the 4, right? So your 1 is your point guard. Your 2 is your shooting guard. Your 3 is your small forward. Your 4 is your power forward. Your 5 is your center. So Lexi Hall is the 3 for Indiana. 2 is Kelsey. 1 Caitlin, of course, and Aaliyah plays the 5. But Timmy, yes, Timmy. Well, Timmy's kind of. she's, I don't know. I guess she can play the 5, but I wouldn't call her a true 5. I don't think she's body enough, you know. So Paige is unselfish, so she will have no problem letting Enrique dominate the ball. All right, Mr. Support Friend. Satu fits in the fever culture. Yeah, I love that interview. That I did a video on it when she was like talking about the she was talking about playing at home in Dallas with all the Fever fans. She was like, it kind of is annoying, but she said it in such a non, you know, wasn't angry way or anything like that. Oh man, Chiefs, come on. And but she was just like, man, we need our team to step it up, you know. But it was kind of fun. But she was being honest. She was like, man, you know. So do not like Paige. Not a good fit for the Fever. Yeah, I'm. You know, I don't have a problem with Paige. It's just I get blinded, as April would tell you. I get blinded by that UConn jersey. And honestly, I just didn't like when she seemed to capitulate to the pressure. But anyway, but Paige is 23. She should be better than how she's playing now. Now, of course, she's been injured a lot. She's 23. I wanted to talk about that. That's what I wanted to talk about. Gino. I don't know if Paige would have stayed for another year had it not been for Gino. We heard Gino in his comments about Caitlin. When he said Caitlin wasn't fit for the WNBA, her game didn't fit the WNBA. She couldn't handle the, you know the word, the physicality of the WNBA. And he pretty much said the same thing about Paige. But he got her to stay because he said, this is what he said. He said, you don't want to be the best player to come out of UConn who never won a championship. That's what he said. And that's what he said to get her to stay. My question is, did he say that so that Paige could get a championship? Did he say it because he really felt like she wasn't ready for the WNBA? But did he say it so that he could get a championship and he sees Paige as being the one to get him there? So, yeah, Mr. Support, like, yeah, was it a guilt trip? Did he convince her Paige won't win the net? Do you guys think that I'm blinded because I don't like UConn and I never want them to win a championship? Okay, I'm anybody but Gino, anybody but UConn. Do you think that I haven't seen him enough so far this season? Do you think that Paige will lead UConn and Gino Auriemma to a championship this year? Gino is the GOAT. Gino ain't the GOAT. Okay. Pat Summitt was the GOAT. She passed away. Coach Pat Summitt. No. Wow. No, she will not. He said it was the best for his team, which is for Paige to stay. No. He said it for himself, narcissist. No. Angie says yes. All right. Remember what you guys are saying. No championship for UConn. UConn's time is past. Nope. Coach Summitt was the GOAT. Gino always has an agenda. Pat is the GOAT. Yes, I miss her so much. Man, the days when they tried to get that 4th championship in a row. The days of the Meeks. Shamika Holdsclaw, Samika Randall, and who was the other one? My goodness. Samika Randall, Shaniqua Holdsclaw. Why am I? Oh, duh. Oh, my goodness. How did I forget? Tamika Catcheggs, Adrienne, Fever. Goodness. We had Tamika, Samika, and Shamiqua. But Coach Summitt and Gino, I mean, they couldn't stand each other. Coach Bluter's the GOAT, Kent says. I mean, they couldn't stand each other, like to the point where it was said that one of them had said, if I saw the other on the side of the road and the car broke down, I'd keep it moving. For real. I mean, that probably has a lot to do with all the maneuvering that goes on in the recruiting process, of course. All right. Now, I just put out a video about, speaking of UConn, I just put out a video about a 16-year-old high school student who is the first Adidas high school NIL. First one to sign, thanks to Candace Parker. Kalina Smith. She's 16. Check out that video because I asked an important question and I need you guys to help me unscramble my thoughts about a 16-year-old with an NIL deal. But UConn is already going after her. UConn, Virginia, US, I think it said USC. She's 16. Hey, Seahawk. So, guys, check out that video that I put out about this Candace Parker. Candace Parker is the head of women's basketball at Adidas now. Solomon, Adrienne, who do you think LA needs to get to help both Rickea and Cameron now that they have the second pick? I can't even answer that question at this point. I haven't followed these ladies enough to know at all. I'm just getting back into kind of the whole thing and NCAA. I don't know, but Rickea, maybe, just maybe, Rickea will get the respect she deserves because she was put. I've heard people say that had it not been for the whole Angel Reese double streak, that people would have been paying more attention to Rickea, and they weren't. Remember, Angel didn't even go. Angel was 7th in the draft, but everybody was focused in on her. And so Rickea, she just kind of took a back seat. I'm a Nike guy. Well, you need to have a talk with Nike, Elaine Tran, because what they doing with Caitlin? Why are they wasting her? Chiefs just intercepted. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Christina, I just hate that the UConn players think they're better than everyone else. Don't like the UConn club. So glad Gino didn't recruit CC. I feel the same way. Do you guys remember when Breanna Stewart, they asked her earlier, I think it was before the season, do you have to win a championship? Meaning Caitlin, does a person have to win a championship to be considered, I don't know what the adjective was, but to be considered great, do you have to have won a championship? And you know what she said. Breanna Stewart says, yeah, I think so. And of course, UConn sends a lot of people to the WNBA. I don't know. I don't care for them. Adrienne, do you have your tickets for Wednesday night in stores? You can watch Paige live. I'm too far away from stores. Back when I was born and raised in New York, maybe, but I wouldn't go see Paige. I'm sorry, but I just wouldn't. She's wearing a UConn jersey. Sorry. Unless she's playing in Tennessee. Now I'm closer to Tennessee, which I'd love to go see Pat Summitt. I want to go to see the statue of Pat Summitt. But a lot of you don't think that UConn can win the title. Yeah. No one person wins the championship. Bingo. That's true. That's true. But some do lead and carry them on their backs. But yeah, you need everybody. She shaded CC for not winning a championship. Yep. Nike really screwed up having Black Friday and Christmas stuff for Caitlin. What is Nike doing? Like why? All it took was Asia Wilson to complain and Nike just does nothing. That's why people are giving it to her agent. People are giving her agent a hard time. Make sure you hit that like button, please. No chance. It's hard to get in Iowa with 2- and 3-star rosters to Final Four. Exactly, Blake. That's what I'm saying. What Caitlin did is like the equivalent of a championship. She shaded Larry Bird too. She saying that you have to win it. I mean, there's something to be said for a championship, right? I mean, people do weigh greatness with championships. I get it. But Caitlin Clark, she's a college student. I mean, she's at Iowa, and what she did was phenomenal. I think you have to weigh that as well on the collegiate level. Anyway, so let me just see. I want to just show some, if I can figure out how to do this. I want to see some of these highlights from Paige because everybody assumes that she's going to be number one. So let me see if I can get it together and share this screen. Paige Buecker. So share. All right. Now, I'm sure you don't see the screen yet. I'm going to add, before I hit the play button, let me ask you. It's a black. Is it still black? You can see it now? Yes? Say yes if you can see it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let's just take a look at what it won't let me open up the screen bigger. So I don't know how to, I don't know. It may not let me do anything. Why do I have this issue when I try to play? Oh, it won't let me do it. I went through this before. Stop sharing. No, I don't want to stop sharing. I want you to play the screen for me. Well, maybe if I play something, I'm going to try to start it and then bring you in and see if that works. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to hit play.
Shade from the corner. There it is.
You can see it now.
Here's Sarah Strong, the freshman, the #1 ranked recruit, feeds Paige Bueckers, and Paige gets her first points of the new season.
Doesn't work if you can't pull it back.
That's now 6 turnovers for BU. Bueckers
I think you can see it.
up and in. Team, nice save.
Paige
And Bueckers takes the feed. Gave her introduction to the UConn faithful on the court.
Paige with the block.
Buecker says UConn squad and blocks a year ago. There's her first.
We talk a lot about our offense, but that was just heads-up defense from the backside.
Wow, okay.
Shelley
Good
to
help
get
there.
BU some points.
Ryman, pull up.
As for the final shot of quarter 1.
Takes it out.
Outside to Shelley. Got it for 3. Or a topic Gino discussed with us at shoot around earlier today. Something to keep an eye on. There's the bell from outside.
Another assist from Paige.
Let it fly. No.
There's Paige on the break. Oh, she gets it out. She got some CC passing on.
The first 5 minutes of the second half is often the indicator of
Hello?
how mentally
that was Shade got a hand on the ball, and the pass is intercepted by Buecker. Strong is ahead of the field.
All right.
She will score.
Paige plays defense and offense.
Timeout, Boston University. Sophomore from Valencia. Here's Caden Samuels off the Becker's feed and screen. Got it.
All right. So she always shoots, doesn't pass much. This draft seems scripted. Dallas is the only team that you can drop Paige and they become an instant championship threat. Also, why bother doing the lottery ball thing if we don't get to see it? Tom says, I'm calling for accountability. I'm calling for some people to guard this thing. I haven't seen enough from Paige to know if she's a ball hog. They show her doing some good passing. Beautiful Afro woman. Now CC haters will say Paige and Enrique will be better than CC and Mitchell if they are on the same team. Listen, this league thrives on, they need this whole rivalry stuff. Let's talk Unrivaled. Speaking of rivalries, let's talk Unrivaled. If you are, I gotta ask you this, because I'm really curious. Remember how this works, how Unrivaled works, whether CC's in or out. How Unrivaled works is they put players in 6 pods for whatever reason. And then the coaches, there's 6 coaches, they start not knowing who their team is going to be. They start putting players with each other so that the teams are not like UConn and overstacked, but so that the teams are evenly distributed. And so they put people together where their strengths and weaknesses are and what they think the fans want to see. Got to ask you this. If you are one of those coaches doing that, Pamela, I think you don't want her to play. Jonesboro, Tennessee. All right, anytime you want to come up, you have a place to stay, and I'll drive you to Knoxville to see the. Oh my goodness, Cheryl, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm pretty close to Missouri, and I've never ever been there. I used to dream, literally, of being able to shadow Coach Summit and just watch her coach and sit on the bench with her and all that. I used to model my own coaching style after hers. Love me some Pat Summit. Okay, so thank you for that. So now as a coach, if you're one of the coaches in Unrivaled, and let's just pretend Caitlin Clark is going to play. Pretend. Would you put Caitlin? Remember, you're trying to do what's best for the competition, but also what the fans want to see. Do you put Caitlin and Angel on the same team, or do you put them, make sure they're not on the same team? I know she may not play, CJ. I'm just for like, you know, I'm just thinking, if you're leading, if you have a say in this and you're trying to do what's best for the league, do you want those two together, or do you want them playing separately, and why? Now I know why Angel, who was never there on her team announcement, is at the WNBA ladder. It's because it's on live TV. From a business perspective, separate. Interesting. Caitlin, Angel, Enrique. Okay, so there's together. If I was CC, I want to play with, okay, Martin. I bet you they won't put, I bet you they're not going to put Lexi and AB if CC plays. If she plays. I know a lot of you feel really strongly you don't want her to play. I totally get that. So not together. Clark and who? Angel. Separate. Paige will not break her set 62 records in her rookie year. All right, separately, because only one can win. I don't want Angel with Caitlin, at least for this season. I hope CC skips Unrivaled. They played well together in the All-Star game. True. For league, separately, too much drama. All right. Records are made to be broken. Nelly Corder won today. Maybe the Caitlin Clark effect did it. Go, Kent. All right. They're not going to put Angel and Clark together. I can see them do it. Okay. Our major draw separate. Straight Fighter says, if CC signs, I hope she rides the bench. You want her marketability, not her play skills. That's interesting. I find it hard to believe Caitlin being Caitlin, though. If she's in it, I find it hard. She's going to have a hard time just sitting on the bench. And it's going to be a problem because the fans want to see Caitlin play if she's going to be there. So that's going to be interesting. I wouldn't put them together, Caitlin and Angel, because they have made this whole fake kind of rivalry. I guess it's fake, at least from Caitlin's perspective. And the league, at least the WNBA, has benefited from that. As Angel says, I'll take that role. I'll be the villain. If it helps women's basketball, I want them to think about me too, right? So I think from a business perspective, I would not put them on the same team because the rivalry between the two keeps the fans engaged. But who's to say that maybe putting them together wouldn't draw fans together? But I don't think they want the fans to. I think they want the fans to be button heads like that. I think the WNBA wants that. All right. So Lindy said, Caitlin not playing Unrivaled. You all realize there's only 850 seats in that arena. I do. Yep, I do. We're going to find out in a few days. I just did the video yesterday. I feel like they put her in a really tough spot. Because if she says yes, everybody knows that she's getting paid more than anybody. Everybody knows that she held out a long time. Everybody knows that she's getting offered what they're not getting offered. And they already got issues with that, like that. And so if she says no, then now who do you think you are? They offer you all that. You're too good. This is going to help all women's basketball. You got yours. You don't care about us. I mean, so it's a tough spot to be in any case, you know. So CJ says outside WNBA, Caitlin will do more LPGA. She got more notoriety there than by the WNBA. Yeah. CC is playing golf right now. And golf, though, is a relax. I mean, of course, she's competitive, but it's a relaxing atmosphere for her, right? Well, basketball is her thing. And that's how she said, I saw the interview, she said that's how she really chose her sport. Although soccer, she loved. Golf, she did. She ran track. But she said it was basketball where she found herself always wanting to do more, always wanting to do more. So, yeah, she promoted them enough. Yeah, but you know how they are. She doesn't need to do do them any favors. No, I think, here's what I think. A lot of times I hear people say she doesn't owe them anything. She doesn't need the money. But I don't think about, if Caitlin decides to play, I mean, ultimately it may be about money because money does talk. But even if she didn't need the money, didn't want the money, even if she recognizes I don't owe them anything, she loves the game. And that's the thing. Do I love basketball enough that, man, this is too tempting? You know, and I think that's what people who've not like played, not that I'm talking to any of you because I don't know, but people who have not played, you're thinking from the perspective of, well, she doesn't need the money. And Cece's like, I just want to play ball. So that might have something that might weigh in as well. I don't know, though. You know, 3-on-3 is not the game, but this is a different 3-on-3. That's what makes it so enticing, because this is a full court. Granted, it's a smaller court, but it's similar to full court, even though it's only 3 people. So absolutely, it's definitely different, but it's basketball. Though basketball is basketball to a baller. Although she did say she doesn't care, you know, she did say she doesn't care for 3-on-3, but I think that was regular 3-on-3. I also read, did you guys hear that they're going to have 1-on-1? So there's going to be a 1-on-1 tournament at the end of this, and whoever wins is going to be considered the best 1-on-1 player in the world. So, 1-on-1's going to expose a lot of people. Yep. Jane says, what about the drama part? Like, do they have to live in the house together? No, that was a misunderstanding. That was what people were saying. Oh, it's going to be like a reality show. They have to live in the same house. What he meant when he said under the same roof, he meant all the games are going to be played under the same roof. So you're not going to have, this is my home court advantage, this is your home court advantage. And people took that to mean that they're all living together under the time. But they said, no, that's not it. Caitlin needs to work with her new coach and build a relationship for the WNBA season. All right, but let me ask you this. Does this help Caitlin if she played in Unrivaled? Does this help her? Does this help her with camaraderie with these other players? Is it good for her relationship with these other players? Because, you know, when she hangs out with these other players, they're like, wow, she's a lot of fun, you know? Or when she did the All-Star game, maybe it's good for that. I don't know. Yeah, just like the All-Star game helped, Angela says. 3-on-3, all scoring, no defense. I want to see Jonquel 1-on-1 versus Brittany Griner. Mobile versus statue. Shanae done in the WNBA. No one wants her. Okay, Melissa. No, Adrienne, listen to me. Here's the deal. They still want to hurt her. They still want me put this up here. Let me pin this real quick so I can. So Melissa says, no, Adrienne, listen to me. Here's the deal. They still want to hurt her. They still want to take her out. This will be a more precise way to do it, and I don't want her to do it. How many of you agree with Melissa that they would try to hurt her in Unrivaled? I mean, most of the people who are playing, let's see, who might be among those people that I would be concerned about. I mean, most of them not. Alyssa Thomas. Who else? I think they will try to eliminate her. Wow, you guys really, really think these folks are bad. I don't believe that statement at all. April says she doesn't believe it. Okay, so but Angela says Carrington. So Carrington, maybe Alyssa Thomas. She's their money ticket. They don't care though. They've shown us that. Who else? Thomas, Carrington. Is that it? Angel? I don't think Angel would try to hurt her. Angel might jump up and applaud when somebody else does. Caitlin Clark will avoid Unrivaled. Diamond DeShields. I don't think Diamond's on the list. Somebody correct me. Someone says Mabry. I don't think they're necessarily out to hurt her, but physicality will carry over. It's what they know. Maybe it'll be different on 3-on-3 because you're spread out more. Oh, she is on the list. Okay, so you got Diamond. Diamond. Angel won't hurt her. We'll cheer it on. That's what I don't think she'll hurt her. I think she just can't help herself. Oh, Skylar is another one. I don't think CC jealousy is going away anytime soon. I wonder if it's even worse. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. Undo that. I did that by mistake, Melissa. I hit the wrong button. I want to undo it. It won't let me undo it. Sorry, Melissa. I didn't delete that on purpose. I misunderstood undo. I thought I was trying to undo the pin. English teacher didn't read well, so forgive me for that. She's not playing in that league, so it's a moot point, Charlotte Pearl says. And Charlotte Pearl has spoken, and thus it is. No one will hurt her because CC won't play. All right, beautiful Afro woman has spoken. She won't play. All right. Is Enrique playing Unrivaled? Yes, she is. And their ankles are going to be snatched. It is not physicality. It is prison and shouldn't be tolerated. There's a lot of good people on this team as well. Something makes me wonder. The WNBA needs to totally revamp. It needs a cleaning of house. Did they start this 3-on-3 league seeing the handwriting on the wall? Is the WNBA going to go under at some point and they want to have some pieces in place to build on for this new league? I wonder about that. Why can't the WNBA season be longer? I think that's dictated by television deals. I believe it was originally. But I wonder, it just seems, the whole thing seems really odd to me. It seems odd to me that a professional league such as the WNBA would have had Collier and Breanna Stewart out there promoting this other league while you are in your season in this league. I find that hard to believe. I don't get that part. So it just kind of seemed fishy. And then they've got these investors and they've got all this money. Why aren't some of those people putting that money into the WNBA? Why aren't they helping all the money the NBA is putting in? Why aren't some of those same investors putting money into the WNBA so that one league can be successful? Why are they creating a certain kind of division, so to speak, so that they're picking the so-called 30 best players in the entire world, they tell us. And they're going to make a whole lot of money. More than, a whole lot for them. Is that the goal? Do they see the handwriting on the wall with the whole contract stuff coming up? Is this league going to go under and they want to have pieces in place for another league to be able to then expand from 3-on-3 to grow from there? They're already moving full court. I don't know. I just think I think it's interesting. It makes me wonder. But the WNBA right now has some problems. They've got Derica Hamby, who's got this lawsuit against Becky Hammond. Now they've got the Seattle Storm being investigated for harassment and mishandling of players and supposedly Nneka Ogwumike being such a problem that when they call team meetings, they don't invite her. The big fish. All right, Kent. And so, I mean, there just seem to be issues in this WNBA. It seems so, it needs to be totally revamped. They got half the coaches are gone. I feel like they need a business person to come in and do this whole thing. I don't know what Kathy Engelbert is doing. Do I think the commissioner will be gone? I think that would be wise. But who would be the one to fire her? Miriam, Adam Silver? Gino put money. I thought Idea was off-season safe place to play. I don't know. But I think there's more to it. A W is a mess. ARC for commissioner. They don't want me there, but I would have to clean house. Like, I would have to have what we saw on this draft, the way these ladies presented themselves. That's how I want you to present yourself in your press conferences. Yeah, you can be spicy. Yeah, you can say some things. You know, I don't want you to lose yourself. But you need media training. You can't do what Kalia Copper, as good of a player as she is, you can't come up there with her going up there. Is that a real question? Well, what did we do last time? Well, what do we do? Okay. Kind of question is, and what, you can't have people like Teresa Weatherspoon just getting up and walking out. You can't have refs, thank you, David, the way they do it. You can't have people who get on social media and dog the league and you cannot have, if you don't follow Rachel Demita on YouTube, she's part of the Big Three League. She played college basketball. She says she's so upset with the WNBA because, and I hadn't thought about this. That not only did the LPGA treat Caitlin well, but the WNBA didn't say a word. It didn't say a word about Caitlin playing golf. Didn't say a word. I mean, how do you have someone in your league? And I believe they did that with Steph Curry. I think the NBA really pumped that up. They didn't say anything, not a post, not nothing. That's wild. When you have a player who's bringing the eyeballs, you should be proud of that. Meanwhile, the LPGA, they're putting up, from what I understand, they're still putting stuff. We love Caitlin. Somebody says it was Mick Talk Hoops. He put something up. I don't know if it's true or not, but he saw a comment and he said he thinks the LPGA is trolling WNBA. Like, this is how you're supposed to treat somebody. Yes, Rachel Demita, intelligent. She should be the media front person for the W. Yeah, but she said it made her angry to see how the WNBA, how do you not, in this day of social media and you've got your star, the problem with the WNBA is that they are ashamed of Caitlin Clark, it seems. Somebody else said, I listen to so many people here and there, or little bits and pieces I don't often remember, who said what? But they feel the pressure. That's the problem when you're an activist league. That's the problem when you're more interested in let everything be the same all the way across the board. That's not how business works. You want to be fair, but fair means the person who's bringing in the eyeballs is the person you want to highlight. So to highlight her is not to denigrate the other. It's to understand the moment. But they want to make sure that they don't hurt anybody's feelings. And that could be the downfall of this league at this time. If we say too much about Caitlin, that's why whenever they mention Caitlin, they got to mention somebody else. She's I'll get Caitlin. What do you think? How has it been with Caitlin Clark coming into the league? oh, it's been wonderful having Caitlin and all the other ones you got. And then they start wanting to name everybody else. Why? Because they feel the pressure. And that's pathetic because people just need to grow up. Now, granted, you got to show love to your other players too. No doubt. You got to show love. You want all of your employees to feel respected. No doubt. But you don't ignore Caitlin or try to downplay her. How do you not like show her out there on the golf course and just, she's a great representation of the league. Pamela says that's insecurities if you can't. It is. It's insecurity and it's also intimidation. They are intimidated by the other players. And I want to say more about that. And I may do that. Want some eggs with that spam. You guys and these sayings. Oh, man. The old heads have convinced themselves that identity is the reason why their league struggled to get attention. And so it must be CeCe's identity that brings in her fandom. Woo. Yeah, they truly believe. And so that's why when you say that it's woke or that, you say some of these things and some people, or they're activists and some people get offended. And I'm thinking, why are you getting offended? Why are you getting offended? They will tell you that. And they will tell you that they determined that would be important to them. But the problem is if you don't follow along with the script, it's a problem. So if you want to encourage people to vote and you want to bring out t-shirts, okay, if that's what you feel you need to do. But what you really mean is that you want me to vote the way you think I should vote. That's part of the problem as well. And so some people end up being intimidated into being silent. And it's like, it's wild. Melissa Smith, she appears to want to stay. The LPGA is not black, Vonda Phillips said. Yep. And I believe that's what I wanted to do a video on. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it because some folks don't want to hear what's up. Nalissa, she took her name, she took the Indiana Fever off of her social media after they lost. And then when Christy Sides was fired, she put it back on. She's overseas playing. First game, already about to start a fight or about to have a fight, whatever it was. Will Nalissa Smith be in an Indiana Fever jersey come May? I want to hear what's up, Pamela. Yeah. Trying to figure out the best way to do it because that's what I do that's what I'll do. Not just sports, but the culture of it. And very soon I will not be in this living room because the reason why I'm in the living room is because I redid the studio. We're doing a whole new rebranding, a whole new logo, another channel, and it should be out. And I'm hoping by the end of the week, it'll already be. And those who are channel members, I want you guys to be the first to see it. So I would do a live with you guys first and then unveil it to everybody else. I'm extremely excited about that. And so I've been up here because I don't want to show the new little setup. It's just a different setup. And I didn't want to show that before I had the logo and the whole new intro, outro, the whole thing. And there'll be another YouTube channel because this one has morphed into sports and culture. But if you know me, you know that wasn't always what I talked about. So, and a lot of people don't like the other stuff. Like a lot of people are like, we're just here for the sports. So it'll be another channel as well that you'll have an opportunity to join. And then some people just won't because they're like, you're going to be talking about politics. You're going to be, But the other one, I talk about all the stuff that I used to talk about before I kind of zoned in on the sports. So, yeah, that's coming up soon, really soon. It's been a long time coming, but it'll be worth the wait, I feel. At least I believe so. So anyway, Smith is not in the DNA of the Fever. They talked about it. They want players that fit their mindset. Kent says, you said it all. This young lady, C Square out of Iowa, never causes anything. She just plays the game. She loves it. Yep. She runs her mouth a little bit too. but all good athletes do. And they should have a right to do that, Gino, without getting beat up. Who are the 6 players you think the Fever will protect? And this is what we talked about. We've been talking about that. And then after December 6th, we can start seeing some of this stuff. But obviously, Caitlin, Kelsey, I know some feel Kelsey won't come back, but Caitlin, Kelsey, they can core 3, right? But I want to see a Kelsey, a Caitlin. I want to see Lexi. And you know what? The sad thing about it, okay, don't turn around since KM is gone. A lot of people feel that way. Sides in Dallas. Man, I want to do a video about, I've been planning to do a video about Christy Sides and her next steps. We'll trade. Lindy says we'll trade Smith. Who was the one who said Christy Sides? Man, I'm planning to do a video about that. They just announced Christy as the new head coach in Dallas. So they were just waiting for this. Wow. So I was going to do a video about if Christy Sides would coach. And I had a whole philosophy about it. Yeah. I don't see anything about somebody joking. Somebody's joking. So maybe I can still do my video then, if that's not true. Who said that? All right, who's stringing us along? Where did that announcement come? Because I don't see it, and I just put it in. Anybody else see it? It's not there. Somebody's just talking. You messing with my content. No. Someone give that troll a cookie, for real. I do want to talk a little bit about Christy and her future, though. Okay, so anyway, Caitlin, Kelsey, Lexi, obviously Aaliyah. Do we keep Temi? This is a constant conversation. Temi or Dantas. I think Katie Lou, I wouldn't protect Katie Lou, although I like her a lot. And, you know, she needs some grace because Katie Lou just had a baby. Kelsey Mitchell talked about that in her article, too, that people were not very gracious knowing that she just had a baby. Kelsey had lost her father, and there was a whole lot of pressure. People don't tend to be thinking about all those things. People just tend to be thinking about games. And it is a business. And so though we feel for you, you got to make decisions sometimes. I think Smith should be gone. Francis, I was just kidding. Man, you had me going over like this. It was a joke. He said he was joking. Francisca. Is it a Francisca? Am I saying him and it's a her? It sounds, is it Italian? I was hoping the sides went to the sky because they say she's not the reason Indiana wasn't great. No Dantas? Why not Dantas? Dantas, well, man, you saying no to everybody. You said Basil? You saying no? Basil, you said Dantas, no. Katie Lou, no. Timmy, no. Man, who we gonna get? Satu? Tina Charles? Berger should be protected. She will get picked up if she isn't. Rookie contract, so she's cheap and she's playing well in Europe. Size never gave her a chance. That's the thing. That's why I can't really comment on Berger because I didn't get to see her play. Keep Dantas and Timmy. Dantas does spread the floor. I don't think we got to see Timmy like I want. In the beginning, I loved the glimpses of her we saw. Quick, could catch, well, for the most part, could run with CC. They all had trouble catching the passes at first, but after she got hurt, it was like she was a liability. But, you know, she had been hurt. But I like her a lot. She brings a lot to the floor, to the team chemistry. Dantas can shoot, so she gets to spread the floor. She is slow, but maybe she came in out of shape with everything, injuries or whatever, and maybe she'll come in quicker. So, Clark, Cole, Boston, Mitchell, Smith, Berger, Temi will not be taken. Dantis unlikely to be taken, and if so, replaceable. All right, guys, I got to ask you a hard question. If we lose Kelsey Mitchell, how big of a hit is that? Does it change anything? Is she replaceable? None, big, huge. Is she such a key piece that it would make a huge difference? So I'm getting nope, I'm getting big. It's a hit for her too. No, not a big deal. Okay, and Temi will get better. I think so too. If we lose Kelsey, Fever never sniffed the playoffs. Really? Huh. She's replaceable, but it will take time for the new player to gel. Okay. It's a huge hit, but it's the chemistry. Okay, Livewire. We cannot say enough about chemistry. Interesting. So, yes, it's big. Yeah, she can be replaced. It's a big hit, but she can be replaced. Okay. Now I'm going to ask another hard question. I've talked about this before. Everyone is replaceable, Rodney says. Okay. Well, she's already told us. I appreciate the time I had with you, but I can't tell you for sure that I'm going to be wearing whatever jersey I'm going to be wearing. So I wonder with Kelsey, I wonder if I look at it and go, Kelsey, you've never had such a great season at all. But she knows the team is being built around Caitlin Clark. Does Kelsey want to go somewhere where the team is built around her? Does she not want to be second fiddle? And that's what I wonder. I wonder if not only that, I mean, I know she's got family stuff and other stuff she's dealing with. I did a whole video on it. We love Kelsey. So there's a lot at play. And that article let us know that. But I still wonder. They begin to come together at the end of the season. But Kelsey in the beginning, I mean, Kelsey's used to being the scorer. Is that important to her? Does she feel like, you know what, I'm good enough that I don't have to be second fiddle? And maybe she wants to see who wants her, explore her options, which is wise to do, I guess, and see where she can roll and be in, the number one. But it's proven this year that with CC, Kelsey shined. It's true. You can't build a team around Kelsey. She's not a playmaker. She's a shooter. Okay. All right, Cynthia. God bless you. We Fever fans will never say anything bad about Kelsey. If she left, we wish her well. Absolutely can't. I agree. I definitely agree. So Kelsey benefited great from Caitlin, but maybe she wants to spread her wings and fly. I don't know. Obviously, they're going to keep Aaliyah. But if we didn't have Aaliyah, would that be a huge hit? I hate saying that. I almost cringe because we love Aaliyah too. But I got to ask. I've asked this before. I'm asking again. I don't believe Mitchell loves the attention too much. Oh, maybe not. Aaliyah. Let's transition to Aaliyah before we end our conversation tonight. If we didn't have Aaliyah, I know we will. It's already been said. But I'm just curious. Is it a huge hit if we did not have her? I think Boston is easier to replace. She's really good, but her handles. Okay. Big hit. Superman. Okay, they're talking about money. A big hit. She can go too. Aaliyah is great, but there are several bugs in the paint players. Not a hit at all, April says. I think it's a bigger hit losing Boston than losing Mitchell. Really? Lynn, that's interesting. I would think the opposite. But it's interesting. Amanda says she can be replaced. For the first time in her life, she's totally in control and owes no one, no ties. Big decision for her decision. I think AB is easier to replace than Kelsey Mitchell. I agree with that too. Which would be, she is our beast in the paint. I don't see Aaliyah as a beast though. I hope she comes back as a beast, but I ain't see any beast in Aaliyah. I don't know. I meant the other. It's hard to say because we saw them play with CC, so I think it will be a hit. Boston is way harder to replace because she is cheap and already elite. How do you replace her? I'm just talking like skill-wise. Kelsey would be a hit unless they get a good replacement. AB is part of the core back-to-back rookie. Yeah, she will. Yeah, Kelsey's definitely going to be back. I'm just trying to look at how you assess her skills. I'm just curious. She got her days. That's exactly right. Don't turn around. Like she's a roller coaster. You know. Interesting. Satu loves CC. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow. El Profesor. Gracias. Gracias. Thank you so much. Aaliyah Boston has Karl Malone potential. All right. That's saying a lot. So we got Stockton to Malone going on. With outsides, how important is the center as much? Pound, right? Point to the paint. Point to the paint. Just based on basketball skills, April says, who would you rather, Boston or Smith? Boston. No question. I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think about it. Just basketball skills, not even, like you said, not even thinking about the other stuff. Boston. Smith, I think Smith has great potential. I really do. She's got incredible moves under the basket. But she doesn't finish. She's slow. Her shot is slow. I mean, it's all day. I mean, she's got great spin moves. She misses. She's up and down. Sometimes she's aggressive, rebounding the basketball. Sometimes it's like, where are you? She can't hit free throws. Aaliyah every day, any day, all day. I think she's got a greater upside, and she's also just nicer. She comes with less drama, less getting on social media, laughing about your own teammate. I mean, I know you said skills, but skill to skill, Boston, and then the other stuff, the personality and other stuff, puts her even way over the top. Would anybody pick Smith? Yeah. So no, definitely not Smith. Although I honestly think, I mean, probably if Smith stayed and worked with Stephanie White, it might be all she needs. You know, she really has great potential, but I wouldn't give it another try. I wouldn't. Yep. I would not. Wrapped up in Dejanay, exactly, Lynn. CJ Parks, Caitlin Clark brought out Kelsey's best. If you don't have a guard to feed you the ball like Caitlin did to Kelsey, you may not do as good at a new team. So true. Caitlin makes it easy. She makes it look easy. Scorers want to play with Caitlin Clark. We're going off the rails now just based on that. Yeah, just basketball, definitely still Aaliyah Boston. For real. Lindy says if it's about money, Kelsey would get the maximum amount for the Indiana Fever. I think Kelsey wants a championship. Also, she has worked her tail off less than years. Yeah. Well, she's got all the family thing going on. I don't know. We're going to see. Give me Hannah Stuelke for AB any day. Can't wait till everything lines up so I can watch Hannah this season. Okay, everybody. This has been great. So we'll wrap this up by saying it's probably safe to say that next season in a Dallas Wings jersey is going to be Paige Bueckers. Anything can happen during the course of the season. It's not a foregone conclusion, but it's pretty close. God help her to stay healthy. So Dallas has pick number 1. LA has pick number 2. Chicago has pick number 3. And Washington Mystics pick number 4. So there's some people rejoicing tonight. We will find out what's up. If you didn't see my last video, go there, check it out. Give it a like, leave a comment. And oh, Philippines in the house. Yes, Ed. Wow. Stop bending the knee. Thank you. Don't turn around. That's right. She needs to stop turning around. Paige has one more year of eligibility. She died another year? Well, you know she's coming out. She only stayed this year because Gino probably coerced her. You don't want to be the only best player to come out of UConn and never won a championship, i.e., I want another championship and you're going to help me get it. All right, guys. Hey, keep our ears in tune. Is it Friday? We're supposed to find out about Unrivaled? We might have to gather together again and talk about what's up. Who's there? Who's not there? God bless you all. Appreciate your support more than you know. All right. All right. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a good night.